Hey everybody, welcome again here at the Rod Run in Pigeon Forge. Behind me, 1955 Bel Air. You gotta love the Tri-5s, and it's even better when they're done to this level of absolute show-car material. I'm loving the color. I'm gonna have a chat with David and Paula and find out exactly what's going on here. How you going, you two?
Very good, thank you.
Your first time here at the Rod Run?
Yes.
How you loving it?
It's an amazing show. There's a lot to see.
There's a lot to see. There are so many cars here. You've got your 1955 Bel Air. Can we start with the paint first?
Yes.
What is it? I know it's black, but there's something happening here that makes it stand out from the other black cars.
Yeah, it's not black right out of the can. It actually has blue and yellow in it. It actually has, the amount of base needed to be put down, then 3 or 4 coats of clear on top of that, rolled out of the booth, re-sanded with like 2,000, 3,000 DA, re-masked up, re-wiped down, 4 more coats of clear put on, and then a minimum of 80 hours of sanding and buffing, color sanding and buffing to get this kind of luster out of this car.
Wow, there is so much work
Yes.
in just the paint job.
Yes.
And we haven't started to talk about the engine or the wheels or the undercarriage that is looking so fabulous there. But that's what it is, isn't it? When a car looks this good, it requires that much of dedication and man hours.
It does. It does. And a lot of thought on how to on the design of it, not just throw it together and hope for the best.
Okay.
You have to put the whole design package together as you're building it. From start to
The
finish.
fitting of the car, the fitting of the panels, the unfitting, the body work that our guys do, the time they spend to getting it perfect before the paint even hits it. It's very time consuming.
I could only imagine. Honestly, that's what I'm learning and understanding from these shows, especially from these top quality cars. And you guys have a shop.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
We are located in Virginville, Pennsylvania. We have about 15, 16 guys. We have between 35 and 40 cars in the shop at all times in various stages. We do more than just restoration work. We do customization and we do repair work because a lot of folks buy a car and they don't have a garage in the area that knows how to do carburetors and old work.
Yeah.
We do all of that. We do brake upgrades. We're pretty much a full service shop.
Wow, and is that specializing on classic cars only?
Correct.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Classic cars. Wow, love it. And what's even more better, and you know I'm going to love this, that you guys here as a couple, and you're doing this together. And Paula, you've been involved as well with cars. Not so much now, of course, but you've got in your hands for it.
Yes, I have.
Okay, tell me about that first day, and then we'll get to you, David.
Dave and I met at a car show when I was 15 and he was 16.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
the rest is history.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? Okay. 15, 16 at a car show. How does that even happen?
She was actually, kind of, her dad actually rolled up in her sister's 56 Chevy 4-door.
Okay.
And I was with my buddy with my Chevelle,
Yep.
staging the car for the show, and he waved over to her, and I said, "Yo, who's that?"
Who's that?
And I went, look at that 64 Chevelle.
And like my wife said, the rest is history for sure.
Wow, absolutely love it. So you guys always knew you liked cars, you know, and
We liked cars.
and you like that you like them together.
Yes.
It doesn't get better than that.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't get better than that. And then you decided, you know what? We love doing this. We love cars ourselves. What do you have? Do you have a classic?
We have several.
Okay. All right. I should expect that answer more and more often from you guys.
Not too many, but enough.
What's your favorite?
I actually have a 39 Chevy 2-door sedan. That was my dad's car that he bought when he was 15 years old. I
Oh,
still have
wow.
that car. Him and I built that car 3 times over since I was a little kid. My wife has a 55 210 2-door sedan and also a 46 Chevy Pinto.
Wow. I love that. And with your cars, have they also been down from the family?
No, they unfortunately have not. My brother actually has my dad's 55 Chevy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So we had to supplement.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But David, you've got your dad.
Yes.
The car that he had, you've got it. I absolutely love that. I love it when the car is left in the family. You know, you've got a daughter yourself, so that's what we want. We want to see the classics continue on. We'll park down to the next generation.
Our daughter has a couple cars on her own already too.
She already has her first 55. She has her 71 Chevy pickup truck from when she was 12 years old.
Do you have the C10?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I've lifted all that. Yeah.
Oh, listen.
Yeah.
You one lucky girl.
And both our boys are welders and involved in the car industry in some way, shape, or form.
It's in their blood.
It is.
It's in their blood. You guys, that is why you have done such a beautiful build here. Let's have a look. Why don't we start with the engine? All right, David, come over here so the mic can pick up your voice.
Okay.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Such a clean firewall. Everything's been done. It's just absolutely immaculate. And I love the fact you haven't hidden too many things because the chrome still looks good.
Yeah, well, we tried to hide. This is 1964 409. I'm going to give some credit to LWA, Lamar Walden Automotive in Georgia, built the motor for us. We wanted to keep everything clean. We tried to hide as many wires, hoses and stuff that we can. So we were able to put a bulkhead in that fender well over there to run the AC lines up inside the fender, so you didn't have all them laying over the top of the engine. Run the wires as discreetly as possible, but yet we wanted to keep the nostalgia 409 wow factor when people look under the screen.
You've done that well. You've done that well because even though there is hoses here, they look good, they complement the block.
Yes. Yes, our guys, we had a custom built the headers for this car. There's not, you can't go to a store-bought header for a 409 and a 55 Chevrolet. We have a phenomenal team at the shop that puts this car together like this.
Wow, absolutely amazing. The Tri-5s have got such a beautiful body.
They do.
The lines are still all the same.
Yes.
Have you done any customizations to the outside?
Very little. So there's smooth bumpers, the one-piece smooth bumpers on the front, back. Okay. We also, on the side of the car where the Bel Air emblem is, down the body there. This would normally have a gold Chevrolet crest in this area, and this would be back farther.
Yeah.
We wanted to streamline it a little bit. The customer we built this for is an engineer. A lot of engineers are really critical with symmetry and everything. We wanted to just smooth the car out. Mm-hmm. That kind of stood out like it didn't belong there.
Okay.
So we basically took that off. Okay, moved that forward. Kept the hood bird on the front of the hood, but did away with the Chevrolet emblem on the front part of the hood. We didn't want that on there either.
It looks more sleek.
It does. It sleeks the car. It smooths the car out. The rear bumper again also is smooth. One-piece bumper.
Wow.
We did away with the fuel door on the outside of the car.
That's where you had me, you know. I was telling you before, I have small tips that help myself figure out and differentiate between the different classes, and especially the Tri-5s. So with the 55, it's always, okay, where is the fuel door? So where is your fuel door?
Actually, this taillight is actually electronic. This taillight actually opens up.
Okay.
By a switch inside the car, and the fuel fill is inside of that.
Nice, nice. Is that something that the customer wanted, or did you guys suggest that to him?
We knew that there was an availability to do that. Okay. And it smoothed out the quarter panel. That's why the 55s are the only one with an exterior fuel door, where the 56, 57 had them hidden behind a piece of trim or the tail light.
Yeah.
Okay. We wanted the car to look symmetrical both sides.
That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense, sir. While we're here, why don't we look under the carriage?
Sure.
Wow. Just want to show everybody here. Look at that fuel tank. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
The way it just stands out.
Yeah.
All right,
so it's a roadster shop chassis. They call it a Revo chassis. We purchased that chassis and basically did everything else, right work and what happened. We custom made handmade the whole exhaust system for the car. Aluminum drive shaft. The fuel tank is a Rick's tanks out of Texas. They built us that tank with the option of fuel injection to change over the car to fuel injection at some point. So I incorporated that into the tank upon purchase.
Okay.
Okay. We wanted them to have that option and not have to tear the car all apart, change things.
So later on, if they want to do that, it's already set.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
We did the floor pans in the car, original floor pans in this car. We did those in a matte black so that the gloss black frame would stand out better.
Yeah. Now you've handmade the exhaust.
Yes, correct.
Because you wanted to come around on the side of the fuel tank.
Again, everything has to look symmetrical, and we wanted everything to look nice and clean and smooth. So that's what we did.
Wow, love it. Absolutely love it.
US Mag custom made the wheels for us with the correct offset we needed. Willwood brake system front and back.
There's always something about black that is just looks striking when there's this much chrome on it at the right places.
Yeah, exactly.
And because you've done this so symmetrical on both the sides, it's really giving that sleek, clean body lines.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful.
We went with a stock, somewhat stock looking interior as far as design, with the trim and what have you, but we wanted to incorporate a more modern stitch pattern with the double stitching, leather interior, leather headliner, everything as far as that goes.
Because the dash of the Tri-5s are iconic.
They are. Yeah, we actually modified that a little bit also. So we took the heater and AC controls out of the dash itself, and we moved made the ashtray part of the glove box. So on a Tri-5, the glove box always sat off to the one side of the radio when you looked at it. So we wanted to make, again, symmetrical. Now the radio sits in the center of the glove box. It basically centers the dash out in the car. We custom made the whole AC manifold at the bottom there for all the ductwork for the AC.
Wow.
To kind of smooth it out and also hide the AC box.
And it's so symmetrical, David. You know, you've got even the vents, 2 on this side, 2 on that side. Even the tachometer, you've managed to keep it at that same level and shape as the Bel Air logo.
Correct. And Classic Instruments actually custom made that gauge panel because that gauge panel is not offered with a tachometer. I asked them if they could put a tack in the bottom of that where the normal gear selector would be. And they said yeah, so they custom made that for this car.
Wow. Love the headliner. The chrome continues on.
And the headliner is also leather.
Wow. Wow, absolutely brilliant. That's the fine details where we have to, when you have a Tri-5 like this, a beautiful American classic like this, it's always iconic. People love it. It's got such a vintage look to it. And then you turn it into a show car, you still want to be able to keep that vintage aspect in there, and you have done that.
Thank you.
I mean, it looks like, you know, your modern day car. You can get in there and cruise with AC, comfortable seats.
Yes.
But you know you're sitting in a classic.
Yes, exactly. That's what the customer wanted. That's what we voted for. That's what he wanted. So.
You know, one of the, hey, Paula, you come in here as well. I've been talking to a fair few builders recently, and customers as well, and sometimes both of them together. And one thing I have realized is the customer wants one thing, and they consult the builder.
Yes.
And the builder will say yes or no.
Well,
it's the only business in the industry that's going to do that.
I have been doing this for so long that I'd rather build what a customer wants. So when they get the key at the end of the build, it's exactly what they want, and they're very happy with it. Some builders will take a deposit and basically build their design, and hopefully that's what you want when you're done. I like it the other way around a little bit.
I like that answer because, you know, that would worry me.
I want them involved in every aspect of wheel choice, air cleaners. I mean, really the smallest stuff even. I want to know what they get.
Yeah, I like that because, you know, I've heard it. They're like, oh, you know, I wanted this, but then he suggested it was going to look better this way. So I wasn't happy with this, but in the end, I did like it. And I'm like, that's great that people can be like that. But I mean, if it was me, no.
Yeah.
But then again, you guys know what you do.
Thank you.
So sometimes, you know, us as the customers and the clients would come in and we think this would be nice, but maybe you've done it and you know that, you know, the end product, it won't go well with the fenders or it doesn't suit our body line. So in that regards, I guess the builders still have to listen to them as well.
Yes. Exactly. Now, like I said earlier, you know, we are the business. My wife and I are the business. But without the team of guys that are back at the shop with their business going
and their knowledge,
this is what they produce. The car you just looked at is what they produce. Okay, they're a phenomenal set of guys. They have talent that they have is overwhelming. You know what I mean? So we're very, very proud of who works for us.
Borneman's in Virginville. Correct. You told me, Paula, that I'm not going to forget the name of the town.
Correct.
You can't. Virginville. Once you hear it, you will not forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just amazing. Honestly, absolutely love it. Now, here's a question. Working together, husband and wife, how does that work out sometimes?
For the most part,
It's good because my office is away from his.
There you go.
for the most part, it's good. Yes, yes.
We understand we're unusual that a lot of couples couldn't work together like we do, but we really don't have a problem. We have a lot of similar ideas. We bounce things off.
Yeah, absolutely love it. It's been such a pleasure meeting both of you. All the best with the 55.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.